I've been invited as a guest of honor for this August occasion, and I must say that the theme, Private Schools in the Post-COVID-19 Era, Strategizing for Renewed Growth, is not only appropriate, but timely. Ladies and gentlemen, the COVID-19 pandemic, which became a global issue, did not leave Ghana behind, as it resulted in the closure of schools by His Excellency the President of the Republic in March 2020. Proprietors, parents, and learners were not spared of the consequences of this closure, neither were we, the regulatory body. I must commend all proprietors who implemented various innovative programs to help reduce learning loss and for strictly adhering to the President's directive during the closure of schools. During the height of this pandemic, the National Schools Inspectorate Authority received numerous petitions, mostly from parents. Most of these concerns were centered on online learning fee charges, lack of parent-teacher association, demand for full payment of online school fees by heads of schools, reported gaps associated with the online learning system compared to the traditional learning system, among others. NASI, as the regulatory body, held many mediation meetings which helped resolve some of these concerns. On the 26th of August 2020, the National Inspectorate Board became the National Schools Inspectorate Authority upon the President's assent of the Education Regulatory Bodies Act 2020, Act 1023, into law. The Act 1023 mandates the authority to develop, publish, promote, and enforce the highest quality standards and guidelines for quality education in public and private pre-tertiary educational institutions in Ghana. The authority is also responsible for registering and licensing all public and private pre-tertiary schools in Ghana. The authority, in operationalizing its mandate, has developed two policies, namely the School Establishment and Inspection Policy and the School Licensing Policy. These two policies draw on international best practices and relevant experiences to help regulate schools in the country. The School Establishment and Inspection Policy is a two-in-one policy where the first part has set out the policy statements on how to establish a pre-tertiary school in Ghana. The second part also gives sets of policy statements on how NASIA conducts its inspections. Similarly, the School Licensing Policy has a set of policy statements on how pre-tertiary schools can attain a license to operate legally in Ghana. Currently, NASIA offers 5 core services to its regulated entities, namely the school establishment, school licensing, school inspections, school monitoring and evaluation, and then school ownership transitions. As pertains to school establishments, unlike previously where there were no clear guidelines on how to establish a school in Ghana, now there is a seamless guideline through which schools must be established. To establish a school, therefore, the prospective proprietor must complete an application through NASIA and upload some supporting documents on our website at nasia.gov.gh. With regards to school licensing, which I think most of you have been exposed to, the authority has digitized the licensing process to improve the quality of services by allowing schools to request for authorization, upload documents, make payments, and then initiate renewal processes. All these can happen online. And we're also aware of the challenges with connectivity. To that end, we have also initiated licensing processes using the USSD code *790*7# to take care of that. In line with school inspection, NASIA uses a statistical sampling approach to sample schools to inspect, of which we do 70% public schools because of the number of public schools we have, and 30% private schools. When we conduct these inspections, periodic inspections, it's at low cost to private schools. Again, there are new processes of ownership transition where all proprietors wishing to go through any transitional phase must inform NASIA. The transition process has 3 phases: transfer of ownership, ceasing to operate your school, and absorption of your school by government if you choose to be absorbed by government. NASIA holds the school proprietor accountable and always has the learner in mind. It is for this reason for which the ownership transition is effectively regulated by NASIA. Ladies and gentlemen, NASI as a regulatory body in the quest to support private schools has extended the initial licensing deadline of 28 February 2021 as stipulated by Act 1023 to the end of this year. Schools have also been given a flexible payment option where they can pay in installments if need be. Additionally, the authority is currently in negotiations on behalf of private schools with the Honorable Minister of Education, the Honorable Dr. Yaose Edichum, on some interventions such as distribution of textbooks to private schools, posting of trained teachers who have not been absorbed by the public school system to the private school system. We believe that we are also educating Ghanaian children and should benefit from the same coffers. As stated earlier, NASIA during the various mediation meetings encouraged parents to work closely with school leadership to amicably resolve issues. Equally, proprietors were advised to reinvigorate their role of PTAs as partners in educating the Ghanaian children. We found out that during most of our mediations, most of the schools that had very vibrant PTAs that were in support of school leadership, the PTAs were speaking for the school leadership. And it was only a few disgruntled parents who were the ones causing the problem, and the PTAs were able to quench it at the school level without us even having to intervene. So we encourage you to work well with your PTAs. Also, to ensure that all stakeholders are well informed that NASIA is embarking on a nationwide campaign, from April 2021, NASIA has had 8 engagements in 6 regions: Ashanti, Central, Western North, Eastern, and the Volta region. Each engagement has seen the participation of over 100 NAPS representatives, which further strengthens our relationship. The authority hopes to cover all 60 regions before the close of the year, starting this September per this schedule. We plan to be in Goso on September 13th, Sunyani, Techiman, Tamale, Bolgatanga, and Wa, all through the end of October. In conclusion, I urge all participants to fully engage in the program to make it a success. I wish to say that NASIA will continue to collaborate with NABS to help build a better education system. Further, all school proprietors are advised to ensure strict adherence to the COVID-19 safety protocols to help protect the health and safety of learners and staff. Also, I heard the acting president's plea that he doesn't want the schools closed. The schools will not be closed down if we are adhering to the protocols and we are decreasing our numbers. But while we continue to report increasing numbers, then you are leaving the health service no choice. So let's all plan to adhere by this protocol so that we can all reduce the numbers. Then we can make a stronger case for why the schools shouldn't be closed down.
Participation in education in this country, how important we are. It is up to us to maintain that momentum and build on it. As was rightly said by the acting president, he said, NAT is working again. NAP is working again by way of training, visibility, and professionalism. So this is your goal. From now on, these are the standards we have to be judged by: visibility, training, and professionalism. NASIA, I don't intend to say anything because you said it all, and from the questions asked, I can say that we have all understood what NASIA stands for. And the important thing that came out is that NASIA is prepared to work with us so that together educating our children will be very, very impressive. And the reason why we have all assembled here is the importance we all attach to the education of our children. and also to see how best we can improve on the way we conduct our business. Nobody is in business to make losses. So from what we have just been told, if we abide by those principles, we will be doing a dual service to the nation. First, educating our children, and secondly, privately, making profits for ourselves. So let's abide by what we have just been told, and the end result will be very good for all of us. One thing I noticed here is the children who performed the dances. What I have been noticing these days is this, that we are deviating from who we are. The culture of every nation, it determines who we are. We have high life. We have Adwa. We have Baobo. All these dances. Why do we deviate from that and teach our children to dance somebody else's? You see, the good book says you teach a child how he should grow. And when he grows up, he will not depart from it. We are gradually moving ourselves away from ourselves. So please, you are teaching our children. Let them know who they are. If they had danced Babobo, or you see, it's a beginning and they will be learning from it. I mean, what they did. Please, we are all involved. Let's don't depart from who we are and take other persons'